All right,
What's up,
man.
boo?
What's going on? What's going on,
How you doing that? Chilling.
man? Well, I'm glad you're willing to do this, man, because I've been looking at putting together a series of interviews, and I want to get some of the real information
Oh,
in
you need
the
some
in
real
the
information.
in the raw details of like what makes Willie Hampton the man behind all the businesses.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, for my first question, for those who don't know who are you, and what do you do?
Um. Well, I'm Willie Hampton, and I run an ecosystem of businesses: Multitask LLC, Slogan Ragtag Clothing, Hampton INT, and my own personal brand, Willie Hampton at williehampton.com. That's what you can get at me at. Um, Okay, so with these businesses, with multitask, it's more like a business that is more geared to like media. It's
Right.
more and AI and things of that nature. So and I do like promo videos on there for people, as far as like Instagram videos, YouTube videos,
Yeah.
and things of that nature. So once we get the ball rolling with that, that business is up and running. It's pretty good. We got different little packages that we work out with people because people ain't got time. Not that they don't know how to do it, because everybody's like, oh, okay, you using AI, okay, but when you're dealing with people with money and things of that nature, they don't got time to be doing that.
Right.
So it's more, I'm not gonna say it's more like a job. Yeah, it's like a job, but you can do your thing, you know what I'm saying? And people will be like, well, okay, Mr. Multitask, Mr. Willie, whatever you want to call me, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, okay, why don't you take this information and do this, make me a video? Or take this
Right.
information, do this, and make me a thumbnail. They might just like the way you do your thumbnails.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
now you the thumbnail guy, you don't know that, but
Exactly.
yeah, so one person gonna lead you to another person. Sometimes it be about your company, sometimes it be about the people that you're around.
Right.
Sometimes you can be around people that think less, and by them thinking less, it's like who they gonna put you around?
Right. So
They're not. I'm just saying, but
yeah.
they're not going to be able to put you around the people you need to be around. So with that, that's like pretty much why I do a
Right.
multitask.
Right.
You can check me out at multitaskllc.com and with Hampton INT. Well, first I'll say about Slogan Ragtag.
Well,
Slogan
let me
Ragtag.
say something about multitask real quick. So when I first started seeing it, I was seeing kind of like quick 30, 45-second news clips, like just things what was happening around, pretty much surrounding like business, and just kind of like quick little tidbits, but it's keeping you informed of what's going on for like the average person who might just be scrolling on their phone. When they see that, they be like, oh, I didn't know that, or
Right, because that's what the algorithm is calling for right now. They calls for like 20-second clips.
right,
The less time that you can do it in, is better.
right, right,
Now,
right,
when you go to your long form content and stuff like that, that's a different animal, because you can clip that up and you can get content for days out of that.
right, right, right,
So that's pretty much, like I said, that's pretty much what that is. And I try to give people, like, let people know what apps to use, what platforms to
right,
use,
right,
which ones are the best, because like I said, people be like, "Oh, I can do it as AI." Okay, well, you go ahead and do it. When you do it, what's gonna happen is all the stuff that I've been through, like with making the videos and stuff, and the money that I wasted,
right,
you ain't got to waste that money. You know
right,
what I'm saying? If you just listen to me, you ain't got to waste the money,
right.
and it
So
might cost you $30 not to waste $3,000, because I don't waste that type of money like just clipping up videos and be like, okay, I'm hitting the video. The next thing I know, why the video ain't got no sound, or
right,
why the AI is acting like this, or
right,
why the avatar is like this.
right, right, right.
Why does I done did a whole video and messed up the whole voice on the video.
True, true. So you showed me something like with a thumbnail. I forgot what app you were showing me, but you pretty much just put the information in, and it was like you showed me three different ones.
Oh yeah, see, like with that, so what I would use probably for that is like Runway. I use Runway. I use Gemini too, but only thing, like I said about Gemini, they leave like watermarks and stuff like that. But with Runway, Gemini, VEO, and what's the other one? Gemini. I can't think of what the name of it. But those, they are inside of certain platforms, but these platforms charge, they're a little bit higher.
Right.
But you're not going to see no watermarks. You're not going to see a Sora watermark. You're not going to see a VEO watermark. You're not going to see none of that. But you got to have your prompts right.
True.
And like I said, so when I get to doing stuff like that, it's like a class, you know. I teach people. I teach people how to do it. You know,
like I said, I sat down with you for over a couple of hours, and you showed me some stuff. But that one stood out because I did graphic design. I used like Photoshop and stuff before, and something what you showed me that you created in like less than a minute.
Yeah, graphic designers, they in trouble.
Right.
They're in trouble. So they have to learn how to use the AI also. Now with their graphic design skills and AI, they on a different level.
Exactly.
They're on a different level. You know, like they just can't quit. Some people be like because they might have been getting an easy dollar. You know.
No doubt.
So now a person that using Canva can do what you're doing.
Exactly.
And do it faster.
Right.
And do it better.
Right.
Because the Facebook, say YouTube, and X and LinkedIn, all the rest of them, they're geared towards like whatever size that the photos gotta be, this and that. Because me and somebody was talking. I remember when I used to make Shopify websites.
Right.
And we used to take pictures with the phone, and we used to download them and put them inside of the Shopify, and you put them inside the picture get pixelated. But you notice now when you go inside these platforms, you ain't got to go through all that no more.
Right.
You just take the picture and it's automatically boom.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it goes directly to the size it need to be. You might do a little bit of tweaking, put say your logo or something in the corner of that nature. Yeah. But most of all, that's basically what's going on right now. Like AI has it's beneficial to me.
Right. See, and what I noticed is you using multitask to pretty much kind of be like the funnel for everything that you're doing.
Right. Like, as far as AI go, yeah. As far as AI go, I use multitask for that.
Yeah, like with your clothing, and then with Hampton INT. But see, I don't really like. I've seen it, and I'm a part of your group and everything in your Telegram. But like, tell me a little bit more about what Hampton INT is on its own.
Okay, Hampton INT is more like, I would say it's not a gambling site. It's more like a gambling information site for entertainment. And what we do on there, we just basically show we might do different docus on different type of gamblers. You know what I mean? And when we do the documentaries, we just do something short. And then we let the people know at the end of the day, okay, it's just like just say in a drug game.
Right.
At the end of the day, you lose.
Exactly.
So by them losing, what I do is then I show the people that I give them the entertainment first.
Right.
And by me giving them the entertainment, what I do after that is I basically some people have problems. Some people have gambling problems. Some people don't know that they got gambling problems, but I can pretty much sense it because I had that problem myself.
Of course.
Like that's all I did. Like was gamble every day.
Right.
All day, every day. Gamble. Like I gamble more for a living. I gambled so much one time that when I was doing other things, I was making more money gambling than I was doing when I was doing other things. Because it was easy for me to find somebody that I think I could beat. You can't beat everybody,
right.
But you might think I can beat them.
Right. And then the win, it creates that dopamine, and then you want to keep.
Right. You want to keep going. Right. So that's that part. And then what I do after that is I offer a reset class. People, if they want to reset, if they want to talk to me, what I do is I don't diagnose nobody with nothing.
Right.
But I got certified mental health specialists that take care of that.
Okay.
And after they go see the mental health specialist, they come back and see me.
Right.
And after they come back and see me, we basically like put things together, because one thing I know about these people with gambling problems, with drug problems, is they good hustlers.
Right.
So what I do is we take something and we be like, well, put you something together. I'll put you something together, man. Because you know how to get the money, but you don't know how to handle the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A person can get a car, but they don't mean he know how to drive it. just because you see people buy, they get cars, but they don't know how to drive it. They get another race car.
Yeah.
They get another race car driver to drive it. You know what I mean? Everybody can't drive it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And things like that. So with that being said, we just keep going on and keep going on. And then with Hampton IT, we take it and then we breaks it down to bits and pieces where I do the data.
Right.
I breaks down the data for them.
Yeah. So since you said, reset, I kind of want to somewhat reset the interview, but I want to kind of go back before everything started, before you did the multitask, the Hampton, pretty much like what inspired you to want to get into all this stuff?
To get it,
not necessarily just the business part, but what drew you to, like what was the foundation of everything that you're doing right now? Starting from like where you from and everything.
Oh, well, I'm from a small town, man. Small town, Appleton, Georgia, and I was born in Augusta, Georgia. Then my mother and father, they moved to Philly like before I was 1 year old.
Right.
And I think we stayed in Philly probably I don't know how long they stayed in Philly exactly, but I think I was going to the 4th grade. Then I ended up coming back. We ended up moving back to Georgia.
Right.
I ended up going to North Columbia Middle School.
Right.
Then ended up going to Harlem Middle School, Harlem High School.
Right.
And eventually I graduated from Harlem High School. Then after I graduated, I skated, I left,
So and that's where me and you kind of share something similar, because I was born in Philadelphia.
Right,
and then
right.
When I moved to Georgia, I was going to the 4th grade.
Oh, you was going to the 4th grade?
I was going to the 4th grade.
Oh, me too.
But I'm not sure exactly what was what, but
because they actually put me back a grade because my birthday was in December, so they put me back a grade so they put me back a grade when I came from Philly, because I guess in Philly you could start then, but down here, like since my birthday was in December, they was like, no,
Right, and see, I was put back a grade too.
Oh, okay.
Like I was in the 4th grade for maybe about 2 weeks or so, and then they said something with my transcripts wasn't right or whatever.
Well, they did the same thing to me. That's right. I didn't finish the whole year out in that grade. They put me back.
Right.
Like you said, I was there for a little while. Then it was like, I guess they did their paperwork and said, oh, dude, you ain't even old enough to be in this class.
Right.
And I wasn't smart enough to be in the class either. True. You know what I mean? But like, 'cause I didn't know the stuff they knew.
No doubt.
I knew some other stuff, but I didn't know the stuff they knew. You know what I mean?
So, and I felt like, pretty much the same thing with me. So through high school, you pretty much got, I would say the Southern experience or whatnot.
Yeah, I played, but see, I love sports though. Then, like I played baseball, I played football. I was all right. You know what I mean? I think I was pretty good. And I had like a chance to go to like a small school and play baseball or whatever, and
right. And what was that like? Because
I mean, when I went to try out we tried out. What happened was, I'm pretty sure that the scouts, they came to look at somebody else. I can't really think who they was coming to look at. But then after that, they picked like 2 or 3 people that they wanted, to come. So after that, I think we ended up going to somewhere in South Carolina and trying out for the Cincinnati Reds or whatever.
Okay.
And
see, I never knew that.
Yeah. So we went over there, and the first cut, me and a guy from I can't think of his name. He was from Sparta. He went to Hancock. Mm-hmm. We made the first cut.
Right.
So we go back after that. So after that, they was like, well, y'all didn't, when we went to the second cut, we didn't make it. So they was like, well, y'all try to send you to school or whatever,
Right.
So, and I think after that, they had something like
an
all-star team too that year, like a recreation all-star team.
Right.
I was on an all-star team. So with that being said, like after that, man, like I knew a type of predicament, like I wasn't, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say we was poor, but
Right.
But
But you seen
my dad had died when I was 13.
Right.
My dad died when he was like 35, 36 years old. So, for me to sit around and watch, just say my mom, like she didn't want for nothing like that, but
Right.
but I know she, like at that time, it wasn't like she could reach out to a man and be like, yo,
No doubt.
and I knew out of all things, like she loved me and she would want me to, so I try to love her back and help her do what she
Right.
do what she had to do. So I was like, man, it's better for me to just, I talked to my peoples or whatever, I talked to my uncle. He was like, man, come on up,
Right.
I got you a job, you know what I'm saying? He got me a job and things, you know what I'm saying? And he got me a job. I made money, and but at the end of the day, and when you that young, you don't know, you ain't
Right.
cherishing no money. You ain't looking at money like it's money. But once I start saving a little money, because see, I didn't realize that I'm staying in his apartment. He ain't charging me nothing to stay in an apartment. I'm just working,
Right.
So by me being working, I could save every dime that I had.
Exactly.
But I wasn't saving it.
Yeah. So, and what I get.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But see, like I said, I wasn't saving it. So by me not saving it, I started getting hard headed too.
Right.
So I started getting hard headed, and I'm like, he telling me like, yo, don't do that, don't go out here and mess with these people, don't do this, don't do that. You don't know these people, this and that. So, but I'm like, one thing I know I had a lot of heart,
and heart, but also ambition.
Right, I had heart, ambition, and I one thing I had on a lot of people that I wasn't slow.
Oh, no doubt.
I wasn't slow, not to the street stuff. I wasn't slow,
Right.
And my uncle used to always tell me like, look, man, don't go out here and mess with this stuff. Don't go out here and start selling no drugs, nothing like that, nothing like that. Because he didn't mess. He like nobody in my family like really want to like be involved with nobody that sell no drugs.
No doubt.
So I'm like, okay. But then you go out there and you start getting with the gambling.
Right.
And it's not that you become a drug dealer or nothing like that. It's just like you get with the gambling. Okay, now once you get with the gambling, if you lose, just say you lose.
Right.
Now you say, oh, I got to get some money back.
Exactly.
What you going to do? Or just say if you win, I got a
do
chance
with
to make some more money.
Exactly.
What I'm going to do with the money? I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So then you start doing different little things here and there, you know what I mean? And then, unfortunately, like that, you catch a bad break, you know what I'm saying? And I end up catching a bad break, and that was in like 95. And then like when they get finished pencil whipping you, and they get finished putting you on this paper, and they get finished, putting you on the probations and all this, I end up doing that.
Do you know when in 95? Like what?
It was December 11th, 1995, a day after my birthday.
Man, and I was fresh. Like,
a day after my birthday.
I was fresh out of high school.
Yep. So guess what? I left, and I call it going to college. I went to college, and then then after that, I came back, and then I violated. After I violated, and that's from 95. So I end up being, everything was done in like 2010.
Man.
And that was like, majority of it was out here in the street. So that show you like, if I would have been super like, messed up in the head, I would have been still in a situation where I couldn't get out of the situation because it kept going on. Kept going on. So and I'm gonna show you how all this tied to the Hampton INT thing. So after that, with the Hampton INT, like I said, that's like a reset. So I've been through all that.
Right. So you reset yourself.
Right. But okay, I did that. So but then and just say 2010, when everything was over, I started doing other things. I started like investing in real estate. I started dibbling and dabbling in stocks. I started investing in gold. Then in I think it was 2017, I invested in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And from 2010, I would say that 2010 to 2022, 23, I bought a property every year.
Wow.
I bought a property every year because it was a little different, because what you could do back then is you could go to the sheriff sale, to a tax lien sale, and in the area we was in, you could get a house for maybe 30, 40, 50,000.
Right.
So, that went good for, I would say, up to like 2017. After that, when they started doing some regentrification and stuff like that, them same houses that we was getting for 30,000, 40,000,
Probably started going up.
Oh, there was like 200,000.
Wow.
There was like 200,000. So, but I didn't need it. What I needed to do then was fix up what I had. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So I started fixing up what I had, started getting rent money. You know, then like I said, I started investing over here, investing in stocks, and investing in the gold, investing in Bitcoin, and I started playing the long game. You know, like people, I just did this for them, and I can't do this for me.
Right. Exactly.
So I just had to sit down for a little while and do what I had to do, man. And that's, you know what I mean, it ain't basically what I did, but that's how Hampton INT come into effect, where I show people how to do this. Just for, say for instance, I show my kids like we used to go to Dunkin' Donuts every morning. Right. Every morning we go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Right. Before
they go to school. So that's $15 every day.
No doubt.
So I think that's like 15. That's how much is that a month? It's like $420 or something like that.
Yeah, it's something around there.
So $420, I think. So at the end of the year, that's damn near like $5,000.
No doubt.
But you ain't invested. You just
spend it.
You just bought some sugar.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? And so what I started doing then, I think my first little account I had was like an Acorn account.
Okay.
So I had Acorns.
Right.
And Acorn just taking the money out. They wanted to do the money.
Right.
So, but they was doing better than me.
True.
So what I was doing then, I started, you know, like I said, I started putting things together, and I was like, oh, okay. So being though I'm not gambling no more.
Right.
Or nothing like that. I can invest money. I can do it like this and do it like that. But I think what kind of happened is like the stocks is nothing new, but the way everything is going now is new.
Right.
It's not like the old way. Like everything's being tokenized. You got tokenized stocks. You got where the S&P 500, gold, and all that. All this stuff is about to be tokenized. So you're going to be able to trade this stuff probably 24/7.
Right.
It's not going to be, you're going to have to wait to after a certain time, then open back up Monday.
Right.
But how many times, I don't know if you, like people invest in stocks. I know sometimes you do something on a Friday, then over the weekend, how did it happen over the weekend? I ain't even, what happened? Right. I ain't even, you know, I ain't get a chance to move my money. But I seen it. You might have seen the move, but you couldn't make the move because you was locked in.
No doubt. No doubt.
So you was locked in. So that's what with Hampton INT, I kind of basically teach people more about that. It's not, because when people see it, the first thing they be like, oh, that's a gambling site.
Right,
I don't know, it's not a gambling site. I'm showing you basically in a nutshell what you could do with that same money that you're gambling with or you're wasting, like I said, at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly.
That same little bit of money, okay, just say for instance, in, when was this? 3 years ago. I would say like 3 years ago. I think Bitcoin was at like 16 grand.
Yeah. And I wanna ask about Bitcoin, because you had a pretty unique story of how you got into it. And you know, me and you talked about Bitcoin, you know, last year and everything.
Right.
And you kind of got me back into it. So tell me how you first got introduced to Bitcoin and like where you stand with it now.
Okay, well, I was a Bitcoin. When I first started reading about Bitcoin, I was in college.
Right.
So by me, no, this is like for the violation. So I'm like,
no doubt.
So I'm like reading about it. This is like 2009.
Wow.
So I'm like looking.
So early.
Right. So then I couldn't find out how to get it. Because it wasn't like it is now.
No doubt.
You couldn't do that. You could do stuff. It wasn't no, I don't even know Coinbase and all this existed then. But you had to find other ways to buy it.
Right.
So I didn't have no money to waste on at that time. But I stayed familiar with it. Then I started.
But because you told me how you use your initial investment. Like you said it was some coins and stuff that you had.
Oh yeah. So what I did was
You said your uncle had some change and.
Oh yeah.
You used the change.
I used to change.
You put it all in Bitcoin.
I put it all in Bitcoin. So it wasn't my uncle had to change. What I did was I used to sell, not at the flea market, but I used to sell stuff like, we used to buy truckloads of like Walmart stuff, truckloads of Home Depot stuff. Me, my cousin, and this Arab guy. And me and my cousin would go half on the truck.
Right.
With the Arab guy. So Arab guy would get a half, and me and my cousin would get a quarter.
Kind of like how they do with the pallets now.
Right.
They sell pallets, yeah.
Right. So we was doing that, and Then I got the money up, and then I opened up a store, and it was change. It was change, and I used to pick up change.
Right.
And my kids, they would have change, and I would get the change. Yeah. All this goes back into the Acorn, because by me using Acorn, when I went back, I'm gonna get back to that. But when I used an Acorn, I was like, I needed the money to buy the pallets, to buy the tractor trailer load, because it's like 10,000.
Right.
The Arab guy put up 10,000. My cousin put up 5. I put up 5. But at this time, I'm like,
yeah,
it transitioned. So when I went on Acorns, I was like, damn, this 2,500 right here.
Right.
So I took the 2,500, and then I took the 2,500. I'll tell you a real story. I took the 2,500. I went to this corner where there was gambling at.
Yeah.
And I probably beat these. I lost sometime. Like one or two guys beat me out there, but this is no lie. I must beat them guys for like 2 summers straight.
Wow. 2
summers straight. But I would make a long story short. So then I got the 2,500. I put that on 5,000, kind of easy. We bought that. I started getting change. I would get the change. So then I went to the little coin dispensary and poured it in there.
Yeah.
And we was pouring it in there, and I looked up. It was like $1,500 for change or something like that. So I was like, okay, I wasn't gonna look at the change anyway. So I took the change, and I bought Bitcoin.
How did you buy it? Like, where did you buy it from?
I bought it on. I think at that time the best place to buy it was Coinbase.
Okay, so you went online.
I went online and I got with Coinbase. So when I did Coinbase, I'm trying to see exactly. This is like when Coinbase first came out, because what happened to me, I used to so then I started getting smart. I said, well, this is what I'm gonna do. I started doing other things with the Bitcoin, right?
Right.
And to make a long, so after I started with the Bitcoin, that matter, you can't do this now, but what I did was, I'll tell you the first mistake I made. I sent Bitcoin Cash to, I thought I was sending it to a Bitcoin address, but I sent the shit to the wrong address.
So somebody else got that.
Somebody else got it. I never got it back. Man. But I think it was only like, I ain't gonna say only, but it was like $400.
But still.
But I lost it.
No doubt.
But it was a hell of I wasn't gonna learn that in school.
Right, exactly.
I wasn't gonna learn that in school. So now I teach people how to do that with Hampton INT, because we get into that. We get into like finances, and I tell people my experience. I ain't telling nobody, oh, this is what you do in a book, or how this works, or how that works. No, I'm telling people my experience, and I know it's an experience that you can win with. I know you can win with it because it works. I know, I'm 100% sure it works. But it's not no voila. You're not gonna go out here and wave a baton and think it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna even sell a person's story like that. I can't waste your time like that, because you wasting my time.
No doubt.
And that's all we got is time. And by the way, I do got a book out called Me and My Time.
Okay.
You can find that book. Go to williehampton.com. It's an ebook. It's a great book. It's basically like damn near what I'm saying now, but it's more extensive. It's more. It's out. It's more detailed. It's more out there, and it shows you how to run this system. You know what I'm saying? And it's my system. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can't tell nobody else about what they do. I see influencers and stuff. They get up there and I see a lot of them. They do be capping. You know what I mean?
Of course.
They be capping, and they probably do got other things going on. But my whole thing with me is ownership.
No doubt.
I like ownership. You know what I'm saying? Like every property that I got, I might got one property that finance.
True.
Out of 13, 14 properties. I got one property that's financed. Rest of them are free and clear. They paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I try to teach people how to do that at first too. How to, because people got it kind of messed up. I see all the influencers, all the people that be on the internet and stuff. The first thing they be like, oh, you want to do this? You want to get a loan? You want to do this? Like, I don't want to work for the bank.
Right.
I call it working for the bank. I don't want to, I don't want to go out here and just say, I'm going to buy this big, pretty house.
Right.
Okay, it looks good. And it looks good. You keeping your fronts up. But do you know, okay, now they're going to 50-year mortgages and stuff. So,
exactly.
So you're going to be working for the bank the rest of your life.
Exactly.
I mean, you look good, but then what we don't do either. See, so with that, even with Hampton INT and Willie Hampton is like a combination,
Right.
But even though Hampton INT introduced you in through the way of the gambling stuff,
Right.
because that's the visualization of it, and that's like more like what I want to get the attention with.
Right.
But when you get into the Willie Hampton phase, that's me. That's
doubt,
me.
no doubt.
So I'm gonna show you how I do it, how I do everything, and
Right.
you know, and all that. It all works out, man. It all works out. Like you got to understand what you're doing, and at the same time, I got some teachers involved. I got some teachers involved, and they're gonna do like classes on a weekend, and with the classes they want to teach kids. I told them the only thing that we're going to teach in these classes is reading, writing, adding, subtracting.
The basics.
No, we underestimate that. Those are not the fundamentals. Those are the rules.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Those are the rules that, like, once you start getting into the numbers and stuff, the numbers, they're not going to lie.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? What you reading, they can lie, but if you know how to comprehend what you reading, you can't lie to me. I can still, and people be like, well, like the kids don't want to, they're like, oh, the kids don't want to read. But one thing about reading it is this. Once you learn how to read, you can figure out what you like.
Exactly.
You can you can compress what you like, and it's more easier to figure out things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where you got to look at this person, look at that person, look at this person, and see what they doing.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to figure out, but you're not figuring out enough for yourself. You're figuring out something for just say that person. You following somebody. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. So you recently went to Invest Fest.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what Invest Fest is, that's put on by is it Earn Your Leisure?
Yeah, Earn Your Leisure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to know, like, you know, what was your experience going to that?
I'm gonna give you my true experience.
Like the first time you
I went twice. I went twice.
Okay.
The first time I went, it was more. I said, you know what? I'm gonna get the regular ticket because I don't know what it's hitting for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get the regular ticket. We walk around. We, you know, and you definitely can meet people, but you gotta have your stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't run out there and be like fumbling and bumbling over your what you supposed to be saying, because this is your business.
No doubt.
That's why some people got people that talk for them. Some people get paid for that, but that's on something else. But when it was nice, man. Like it was experience.
So the first time was nice.
The first time made me know I was going back the second time.
Got you.
So and you know,
and this was in Atlanta, by the way.
Right, it was in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And then we do the I watch their shows and stuff. And the crazy part about it, I got it posted on one of my sites like LinkedIn or something. And I said I'm gonna buy a regular ticket, so I bought another regular ticket.
Right.
But with the intentions of I was gonna, like, I was saying, you know, I'm gonna get a VIP, and I swear to God, on everything I loved, I was gonna get the VIP ticket like the next day or week or whatever, because I was like, well, I don't know if I want the VIP ticket.
Right.
Because I was trying to see, because remember you were supposed to be going,
right?
And a couple other people were supposed to be going, so I'm like, damn, I don't even know if they going. So
yeah.
I don't want to be getting a VIP ticket and everybody else ain't got it, whatever.
Right.
But make a long story short, I'm sitting there watching the show, and they started announcing the winners of a VIP upgrade.
Right.
And then they gave me a VIP upgrade. I was like, wow, that's the first time I probably ever won anything. But
true.
That got a lot to do with energy too. You know what I'm saying? So when you surround yourself around that type of energy, you're gonna get those type of results. You know what I'm saying?
Because when you showed me the clip and they said your name, I was just like I didn't feel surprised. Like I feel like you willed that in.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's how I feel like, you know, it's definitely the energy that you bring around that. So
the second time that you went there, like what was the experience like?
The second time it was even better because I knew what to do. Like this year I'm going back. But this year when I'm going back, like it's other stuff that you have to do, and you're not gonna know unless you just keep going to multiple events and see what people are doing. Right. Because some events it might not be like Earn Your Leisure event.
Right.
You know, it might not be like that. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna see certain things, you're gonna see certain content creators, you're gonna see what they're doing, and you're gonna be like, oh, that's what I need to do.
Right.
And to make me go a little farther. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. No doubt.
So, you know.
So were you able to make any connections? What?
Yeah, you definitely make connections, but like, let's say I was down there, I had like what did I use? I didn't have a videographer with me or nothing like that.
Yeah.
That's what I should have had. Should have had a videographer so you can get your content.
Right.
But I did I did use the hell out of my dot card.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when people wanted to know about my business and know about me or whatever, they would take it, scan it, boom, and it give them the information like that. So that was good. That was a good thing I had with me. But if you're gonna be out here, you need a videographer. You need different ways to get the content. Like the content is the main thing. That's the main thing. So that's why I try to tell people that with the content, when I put up like certain posts, they be like, "Yo, why you using AI?
Right.
Why you using AI?" I be like, because I can, with the AI, I can piece it up. Right. I can put out short form content real fast, and I try to give information to people that might don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I give them like a little heads up, like this is what I'm doing, basically.
Because what I noticed is like after you went to InvestFest and everything kind of amped up a lot.
Oh yeah, it make you step your game up. It was just like going to the what? It's just like going to Freaknik or going to not per se like Freaknik, but it's like going to Daytona, like going to one of these places, and even back when you're hustling, you seeing things. It's like, no man, I gotta step my game up.
No doubt.
I gotta step my game up because you can get the money, but it's all about keeping the money.
Exactly.
It's about keeping the money. It ain't about getting the money. Like I said,
and keeping that momentum going too.
Keeping that momentum going. Like I said, I'm not into working for the bank.
No doubt.
I do things, and if I need the bank, I'm going to use the bank. Don't get that twisted. I will use the bank, but I'm not looking for an influx of money from the bank just so I can go out here and look good or something like that. No, that money got to be ready to go to work. You know what I'm saying? If that money is ready to go to work, I can do some things with it.
You're using it as a tool.
It's got to be a tool. That's all it is. It ain't nothing else.
That's it.
You use money to get real money.
No doubt.
You use money to get real objects and real things that is money. Some of this stuff is not. The money, like I say, it ain't worth the paper it's printed on.
No doubt.
It goes up, it goes down. You know what I'm saying? With the money, the same $1,000 in 1995 ain't the same $1,000 right now. It's not worth it.
Right.
It's been inflated.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get on the Bitcoin standard of things. I try to learn with Bitcoin, and with the Bitcoin standard of things, everything is a little bit different. Everything's a little bit different. It's a little bit more. The money's a little bit. It goes into more money. Where when you're dealing with paper money, it goes backwards.
Right.
It goes backwards, man. So
true.
So you're not gonna. It's gonna be hard to. It's gonna be hard to win that way when you got it working against you.
Right.
When stuff is working against you and stuff like that. So, and like the government, they kind of why you think they get in the game?
Oh, of course.
They get in the game. Right now, they know with AI and certain tools, people gonna be woke.
Right. Yeah.
The ones that want to be woke. Like we go back to now I'm going back to multitask. When you go to multitask, I'm not on there trying to make certain videos to make somebody laugh. And I'm trying to give out content, give out value information. Right. I'm trying to add value to people.
No doubt.
So by me adding value, like I said, I figure like if I give you a little gem, that's adding value. Take heed to it. But they be like, well, we want to see the real you. Why you don't do this? Because like this probably the only video I'm doing. It might be the last.
I would say, when you do come out and you do your videos and you do interviews.
No, when I do my videos, like I'm on Telegram.
Yeah.
At Mr. Hampton on Telegram.
So people can connect with you.
But if they want to see the real me, you go to williehampton.com. If you want to see the real me, you want to have a video conference call, or you want to get into the VIP groups.
Right.
That's me. That's really me. That ain't no AI.
Right.
This ain't AI. This is me. So but my time ain't free. I see like a lot of influencers. They on the internet all day. Right.
See,
and they're not. Well, I'm telling you, they're on the internet all day, and they're kind of like throwing some of this stuff is false. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're not making no money, dude.
No doubt.
Like
no doubt.
and
you're not promoting. You're not putting yourself out there as I'm making all this. I'm making all that.
No.
You're more like, hey, join me and I can help you.
Yeah, join me and I can help you just like I help myself. We can help each other. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But most of all, I know, like I said, the system I use, it works. It works. You know what I'm saying? And I keep running things down to people and I try to explain to people that you stop getting on these social media platforms and you just scrolling all day. You just doing thumb exercises, scrolling all day. You just doing thumb exercises. And then when you're looking at your phone, you're not even looking at the content that
you wasn't even really looking for in the first place.
Right, because it's so much going on with the internet. And just say, I can tell you this. And you can look at, you can take this for example, how strong the internet is.
Yeah.
And how fast things go by. You remember, like, the hot thing on the internet was, I would say, the girls twerking.
Right.
You don't even see that no more.
Nah.
Like, you don't even see the girls twerking no more because guess why? It's played out. The internet will play you out fast and the internet will play you out fast.
Right.
So you can get out here and you can think it's a game and it makes you keep yourself. You better be honest on here. Right. You better do the things that you say you're doing because people on the internet, they just wait for you. They lay in trees. They pick up the data on you. They do this, they do that. And then once they catch you in these lies, they will make you look crazy on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to love you. They love you or hate you.
No doubt. And one thing that I noticed is you're not following no trends.
Oh no, I don't follow no trends.
Yeah, you pretty much taking your experiences and your information.
No, I'm a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody that know me know I always been ahead of the game with a lot of things.
No doubt.
I always been ahead of the game. Like I don't run behind fire. I don't even want to do it nobody else's way. Right. But to see that could be a downfall too, because you have to. Like me, I wasn't a reader or nothing like that. I didn't want to read, but I did. I read a lot of books, but now with AI, with audio books, I listen to books all the time. Like my kids get in the car, and if I had to take a little road trip or something,
you gonna throw on an audio book.
I'm throwing on my audio book. Yeah. Guess what? I'd be happy for them to use their little tablets. Use y'all stuff, man. Right. Don't worry about what I'm listening to. They don't even actually listen to the radio. That's how crazy things have changed. The kids don't get in the car, want to listen to the radio no more.
Right. They're trying to get in.
They in their own zone.
Yeah, exactly.
They in their own zone.
Right.
So when the kids get in their zone and I'm in my zone, we ride, everything is cool. And like I said, you gotta take heed to these. These right here are like points that people need to look at and it'll help you further and better your life because you see it right in front of you.
No doubt.
You see what's going on. But guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna get up. We still gonna sit up here and try to do the fight with time and try to. You know how. I'm trying to think how many times you probably can witness this. I done told people about things and they be like, well, they ain't on it. They ain't on it. Like why you ain't on it?
Exactly.
Why you ain't on it? Then they'll come back and hop on it. Like even like with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
ChatGPT came out. I ain't hesitate.
No doubt.
I need that.
Yeah.
But the reason I need it is because I always had like jobs. I always was an entrepreneur.
No doubt, no doubt.
If I'm even being an entrepreneur, I had people that worked for me. And I would try to explain to them different scenarios and stuff that maybe I visualized in my brain. And they couldn't, and they wouldn't.
They wouldn't catch on.
They couldn't catch on.
Right.
I thought at first that, they trying to be funny.
But you know what that is? That's not wanting to know, really.
Well, I ain't gonna say that because.
Well, not necessarily not wanting to know, but like you could tell somebody something 1,000 times, but it might come from somebody else, and now it sound like gold.
Oh yeah, but that don't mean they ain't gonna do it. A lot of information is on YouTube. How many people go to YouTube and be like, they get stuck right there and say, "Oh, I'm learning this." They don't do that. They go to YouTube, they look up something, and then they keep it moving. It's just like somebody sending you a DM on Instagram, say you're a DM of something that might be related to you. Then you call them back like, "Yo, I seen the joint you sent me." Like they be like, "Oh, what was that?" They don't even know that they know they sent it to you, but they ain't even watch it.
So perfect example. when you was telling me about Bitcoin and you was telling me like what you use to get your Bitcoin and stuff like that, like I could have took the information and just put it to the side and kept moving.
Right.
But instead, I was like, you know what? When I get home, I'm gonna look this stuff up. What you told me.
Right.
I applied the information, and now I got Bitcoin.
Right.
And now I done seen it go up, go down, and
right. But it's going with Bitcoin. Like I ain't here to make no predictions or nothing.
Oh,
like
no
that.
doubt, no doubt,
But
no doubt.
one thing I do know is that I think that it's going to go up. And then I remember it was like 3 or 4 years ago. I forgot how much gold was, but
yeah,
buying gold when it was like $800, and that was high to me.
right,
Gold's like $4,000 some now.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And those are the kilos that we're supposed to be getting. You're supposed to be getting a kilo of gold. A kilo of gold gonna run you like 100 some thousand.
Exactly.
The other kilos gonna get you messed up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you want like that's my portfolio. I try to keep me. I'm gonna try to keep me a kilo of gold. I'm gonna try to keep me some real estate. I'm gonna try to keep me a Bitcoin. I'm gonna try to keep me. And now I done went into Ethereum a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I see the stuff that I see maybe BlackRock or them get invested in. Those are stuff you really gotta watch because these institutions got money. And they trillions of dollars. Like we talking about trillions of dollars.
Right. Yeah, just like okay, so. Another example, like you was telling me about BlackRock and all that stuff. Like I went and I looked this stuff up.
Right.
So the information is valid.
Right, but you just gotta apply it. You know what I'm saying?
It.
A lot of people don't want to apply it. What they'll do is they'll sit around and like I said, they'll just do thumb exercises, scrolling, and man, half your day going by.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Half of your day go by. You know what I'm saying? I go to sleep on the computer. Like even when I was in school, I wasn't interested in school as much as I'm interested in what's going on right now. Right. I feel like this is me because, like I said, I had not jobs, but I was an entrepreneur, so I would give people jobs. But like I said, they couldn't see the stuff like I see. I was like, damn, why they can't? Like what? Like to me, it seemed like they were slow.
True.
So I'm like, why they? Like I'm trying to tell them about this. I'm trying to tell them about that. Like why they ain't listening?
Right.
This and that. Or they can't do it. They might just not be into it. They don't think it don't work.
I think that's what it is. It's people that they're probably just not into it at the moment, and they kind of caught up in their own world.
Right. But see, sometimes you got to listen because if you take it, this is all on the same subject that like when the pandemic happened. Okay, I seen people doing things.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, and I was talking about things before the pandemic came. So after the pandemic came, I was like, damn, man, y'all need to do this, do that, do this, do that. And what they did was they did the opposite. So when the pandemic came, it made people, what you had to do then, you had to reset.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You had to reset and you had to figure out, you had to adapt to how things was now.
Right.
So by you having to adapt, some people could adapt, some people didn't adapt.
No doubt.
And if you didn't adapt, they said, oh, okay, well, this and that. And I seen the jobs. I used to tell people, I was like, yo, these jobs, they lining people up right now.
Right.
You don't have to go to work.
Right.
You can work at home.
No doubt.
So but though you can work at home, a lot of people figured that, oh, they got comfortable with that. Oh, I ain't got to go to work. Now when the people tell you go back, you was working for this man, working for this company. Right. Now they tell you to go back to work. You don't even want to listen to them no more. You saying, I ain't going back. Why they want me to go on the job? Right. Because that's your boss.
Exactly.
So now, people, they tell you to come back, but they don't care if you don't come back or not because they got something coming down the pipe. No and we didn't see it coming down the pipe. I say that, and I used to tell everybody, I was like, yo, they trying to get these people out of here.
Right.
So why would I have a staff, just say have 100 people, right?
No doubt.
And I can be courteous and just keep 25.
Yeah.
And I can be courteous
and just a lot of companies downsize.
Right, but they did down. But I can be courteous and say, I want to keep 25, I'm going to fire 75.
Yeah.
So that's what they was doing. And a lot of people didn't see it. And they wonder what happened.
But you got to tell the people, what did they replace these people with, though?
They replace it with computers. They replace it with AI.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And
so, but that goes back to, people asking you, why you using AI so much? Because
that's what...
Those are your employees. Like,
right.
AI is your employee.
Right, exactly. So that's why I said, I would rather use the AI because guess what? AI is gonna get up in the morning. It's gonna stay on 24/7. Like what I mean by get up in the morning, I have prompts that come through Chat GPT and Gemini at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Giving me stuff, giving me information, giving me the stuff. I want to wake up to the information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it gives me the information. Then I feed it and I get up. It's just like having my own newspaper or whatever. But what I do is I pick out the stuff that I want to read about.
Right.
To a certain extent. So when I do that, I get up in the morning, I do that, and I look at things. Then I start putting stuff on my website. I start doing this and I start doing that. Now all this stuff might take me an hour.
Right.
So if I had to pay somebody to do it, even with the apps, just say about in a year's time, every January, where I'm at now, right now, it could be cheaper. I know it could be cheaper, but every January, I'm gonna get hit with a $2,000 bill.
Got you.
Because I want every app that I need.
True.
So that's $2,000 for a year.
Right.
But I'm on a platform. I'm on platforms that generate billions and trillions of dollars. So what's $2,000?
No doubt.
What's $2,000? I'm on a platform with what I need to be doing. I'm on a platform where I need to be at. I'm right where I got the tools that I need. You gotta learn how to work the tools. So once I learn how to work the tools, it's gonna come in. It's gonna come in so fast that it's probably gonna scare me.
Right.
You know, it's gonna come in like that. So with that being said, man, you can't just sit back and let time fly by and be like, because right now what they're doing, they compounding time. With AI, every piece of AI equipment that I got, it's like I'm compounding.
Like while we talking now, I'm pretty sure you got some posts going.
Right. So my 24 hours a day, I feel like every app that I get that I can use, every piece of AI that I get to use, that's 24 hours.
No doubt.
That's another 24 hours.
No doubt.
I'm doing all this shit in one day. I'm gonna do it in one day. I'm gonna make it pop. I'm gonna make it pop in one day. And I just offer these services to people, man, to try to help people out. And people that know me know I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be sitting around thinking, oh, maybe I should be doing it this way or that way, because that got me caught up a lot of times where I had to find myself. Like, that's the main thing. You got to find yourself, because I had situations where I would tell people about stuff and I wouldn't even do it myself because I ain't gonna say they deterred me away from doing it, but a lot of times I'd be like, shh, I just did it to myself again. Because I said it was gonna happen. Right. It happened and I wasn't down.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? And you gotta, when the opportunity comes, you got to be ready, man. You just can't spin. You can't reinvent the wheel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And another thing, back to like when the pandemic came, people got, it was an influx of money when the stimulus checks came.
Right.
So everybody was more or less like, I got this money, I'm gonna do this. But I told people when this went down, this is exactly what I told people. I said, people is doing this, and doing that, and they ain't gonna last. Right. Oh, you a hater. Why you ain't doing this or why you ain't doing that? Why? Because I know you don't know what you're doing.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're doing because you can't give a person $1 million that never messed up $1 million.
No doubt.
You can't do it. Guess what? If a person say I'm going to get $1 million, I'm not going to even use $1 million because that ain't even right, like no money no more.
Right.
You need the new $1 million to me is like 10 million.
True.
10 million. You don't even get the feel no more. Somebody say, oh, if you had $1 million. If I had $1 million, what am I going to do? Buy a house, buy a car, and buy a piece of land, and it's over.
No doubt.
You can't do nothing with that.
Can't do nothing with it.
So you got to think bigger, man. The minimum you should be thinking is 10 million. That's a minimum. You should be thinking it's 10 million. I need $10 million worth of assets. I need $10 million worth of liquid. You know what I mean? Not liquid. But if you could get $10 million worth of liquid, that would be good. But even I deal with that, and like I said, when you get to the Willie Hampton part of the scenario, like Slogan Ragtag, give you a brief. That's a long running company where it's like give inspiration. No it's doubt. More like a cultural type of T-shirt thing,
right?
Something like that. It ain't that much, but
just FYI, I'm gonna take your blueprint and I'm gonna apply the same stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have my personal brand, my clothing brand, my media company, and we're gonna work together.
Right. So remember, all right, just say with the t-shirt brands, right? Even though t-shirt brands now is like,
I say t-shirt brands.
those are like, to me, those are like giveaways. Stuff
No
I
doubt,
want to
no
give
doubt.
away because you're not really making a whole lot of money off t-shirts because everybody know how to do it because guess why? Of the AI.
Exactly.
A person can make a design now. You ain't got to beg a person. Yo, can you make me a design?
They
Graphic
can go in there
designer.
now.
Can you make me a design? Graphic designer.
Right.
You know what I mean? And graphic designer was damn near like electricians or plumbers, man. Like they was, when you find a graphic designer, they really would put you on their time, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
Hold up, I'll get you.
Oh man, that's how I used to be.
I get
That's
you.
how I
Though.
used
They
to
was
be.
like plumbers and electricians. Like they run through the thing and
Right.
they just going like, okay, man, I just wait on you or whatever. But like I said, and even like with the one thing I did forget to mention is like life insurance.
Right.
You know, and I do whole life insurance.
Right.
And it's better for younger people because you won't have to pay that high payment. Like I advise anybody that got kids, whatever age is,
No doubt.
put them on that whole life insurance so they can borrow from it. You know,
No doubt.
because I had my life. I still got my life insurance, and I pay a lot of money every month, a lot of money into this life insurance. So it came down to a time where I called my insurance guy. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to think about this and that. So he was like, yeah, I'm about to go. I gotta because man, it was cool. He said, yeah, I'm about to go to get my son a car, and I said something, and he was like, oh no, I'm getting it from the life insurance. So I was like, you get it from that? I'm putting money in there, but I'm just putting it in there just so maybe my kids can have something.
Right.
Something happen to
No
me.
doubt.
He was like, no. He said, you got whole life. He said, you can borrow from it. He said, what, you want to borrow something? I was like, yeah, I want to borrow something. So I said, hold up for a second. So then I bought some land, in Georgia, a small piece, like 2.5 acres or something like that. And when I bought the land, there's another opportunity for more land.
Exactly.
So I said, right. So I called one of my friends that I went to school with, and John D4 Realty. I called him, and I told him about the house that I have, the property I have for sale. He said, "All right, we'll see can we sell it."
Right.
I would say less than a week, 2 weeks, he sold it
Man, that's a great turnaround.
real fast. And I'm not gonna say the price I paid for it, but just say if I paid $50,000 for it,
Yeah.
I got 100.
Got you.
So then it was like behind my mom's house, my grandma's house, and my family, like where my family live at, my aunts, my cousins, and all them up in Appleton. It was some land, like 8 acres behind the land that they had.
Right.
So I got that.
And this is where we grew up at.
Right, this is where we grew up at. So I got that. And I got that money from an investment. I got that money. I flipped that money. Okay, after I got that money, I went back. How much do I need for the down payment? Okay, they told me how much I need for the down payment. I said, okay, this is what I call the insurance guy. He said, okay, you can borrow that from your insurance. That ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. So I got that money, put it with that, and I did that. Just to say, he was like, yo, he said, what you thinking? He said, what is it called? I said, it's life insurance. I said, whole life insurance. So I'm going all outside the spectrum. Then he was like, no, it ain't called dead insurance, is it?
Exactly.
He said, what, you want to use it when you dead? He said, everybody else going to use it.
No doubt.
Right. So that's pretty much, what it is with me, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, I want people to try to get to, get into these forums and get into maybe my Telegram, because my Telegram at Mr. Hampton, that's free,
Right.
That's free. It's more or less like if you be my friend on Facebook.
Right.
Bump Hampton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then you just get more information.
You just get more information like that. But when you want to get pulled to the side, or you need special treatment, or even if your kids need special treatment, like I said, when it comes to reading, writing, adding, subtracting,
Right.
and finances, because we want to get the kids into that, because like I said, I got some school teachers, they on board, they ready to get it, jump in like on the weekends doing these courses and stuff and educating the kids, man, because if you don't, like I said, so what you gonna do? You're gonna go out here, you're gonna try to advance in life, then you advance so much, but
you're not leaving nothing for
you're not leaving nothing for the kids. I don't care if you leave the money. You can look at like the Vanderbilts.
But the knowledge is more valuable.
Right, but look at the Vanderbilts.
No doubt. No doubt.
Cornelius Vanderbilt left them billions and billions of dollars.
Right.
But it's gone.
Exactly. So, and I wanted to ask about like, have you gotten into like a trust and stuff like that? Like,
oh yeah, with a trust, I have a they got like dynasty trust,
right.
and they got different types of trust, and you gotta try to get with a person that does trust. I know a couple guys that do trust, and like that's part of my thing too,
right?
Where a person be like, oh, I want to do a trust. I'm like, I got somebody for you.
Yeah.
I need a real estate lawyer. I got somebody for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I need an insurance broker.
Yeah.
I got somebody for you.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But it ain't free.
Of course.
Like when it comes to stuff like that, I can't even deal with people that think stuff gonna be free.
Right.
Because you're in the wrong game.
Right. And then you're not just covering one area. You're covering multiple areas.
Yeah, I'm covering multiple areas. But when you call me and say, "Yo, I need a guy to do. I need whole life insurance," I'm not calling these guys playing. I ain't got time to be playing. That ain't time to play.
No doubt.
That ain't time to play. I don't even want to. Oh yeah, I'm gonna think about it. I can deal with that. Okay. Right. Well. Call me back when you want me. When you call me back, when you get finished thinking, I'm gonna call this person because I don't build relationships to call you.
Right.
When my phone, when I ring your phone, I need somebody picking it up.
No doubt.
I don't need somebody looking at my number and saying, "Oh, hang it down," because I know, or either get back with me. If I text you or something, that's respectfully try to get back with me within 24 hours. Because if you don't, I'm really gonna look at you in a certain type of way, like
right.
I can't deal with you because the people I deal with and the people I plan on dealing with and the people I keep planning to deal with, they're not gonna have time for that.
Right.
They call me, "Hey Willie, can you get me with your insurance guy?" Yeah, okay. You ain't the only insurance guy. Right. Hey Willie, can you get me with your accountant? Hey, you're not the only accountant. Yeah. Exactly. You're not the only person.
Right.
So don't think that, you have to settle for one person either.
Right.
I got 5 or 6 accounts.
No doubt.
I got 5. I got over, well, with real estate, I guess abundance of them.
Right, no doubt.
Guys that do trustworthy people. Right. Guys that do LLCs, that do trademarking.
Right.
And stuff like that. I got companies that do this stuff that's for real.
Right.
That's legitimate, that you can give your money to. This ain't no jug. This ain't nothing that getting on the internet and saying, "Oh, give me this." And then when you call, it's a 10-minute recording and, right. "Oh, get my next course," or none of that. No, you're talking to real people.
Right.
I have organic platform, and people say, "Oh, you need followers." No, you don't need followers. You need dollars.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like the followers are good.
Right.
But you don't need a whole lot of followers to make a whole lot of money.
No doubt.
You don't need a whole lot of followers to even generate to have a business going. Because just say if you get, because you can burn yourself.
No doubt.
And I show you with a t-shirt. Let's say if you had a t-shirt, right? And the t-shirt was jumping. Now the t-shirt is jumping and Walmart call you up, or anybody call you up and be like, "We like that t-shirt. We want 50,000 of them. Yeah. Can you produce that?"
Exactly.
No, a lot of times people be playing. They can't do it.
No doubt.
So nobody got time for the games, and then when you call some of these people, they gonna look at you like, now it's on your name.
Exactly.
Like sometimes you might can play with it. I'm not gonna even play with a company, but I'm damn sure not gonna play with my name.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna play with my name. Oh yeah, you was referred to by who? Oh, that means you.
Exactly.
You supposed to be a good standard.
No
because doubt. You always got to keep that, man, because guess what? People go out here and they'll mess your name up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't let nobody drive your car and they ain't got no license.
And see, and I like how your name today means something totally different from what it meant years ago.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It do.
And just that transformation, it kind of brings us back full circle that that everything you've done it has prepared you for like right now, and people need to understand that.
Well, yeah, I think that people kind of see it now, but a lot of people probably do look at me like he's still the same.
Yeah.
He the same old bump. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, you know what I'm saying? Everybody grew up. Everybody has to, move on and stuff. People see this is the bad part about it. People don't realize that when you go through things, you got to go through something to get somewhere.
Right.
A diamond ain't a diamond unless it's polished.
Right.
A diamond goes through a lot to be a diamond.
Exactly. Just say like you said when you went to college, you went in one way, but you came out another.
I came out another way, right? You know what I'm saying? And you have to be polished in these situations, man. You got to know what's going on, and you got to stay in tune. You got to be ready to adapt.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people, it's a reverse situation. I'm gonna give you a good scenario there of this. Like I told you when I lost my dad.
Yeah.
My mom died when she was 56 years old.
Right.
So in my eyes, I don't never want to see nobody go through that.
No doubt.
But when you do go through that, I understand. I understand what's going on.
No doubt.
But you're going through it late, where I went through it
early
20 years ago.
No doubt.
I went through it 30 years ago.
Right.
So I know that the average person, you ain't grown.
No doubt.
Until they gone.
I feel you.
You ain't grown until they gone. Because guess what? You always, like I said, when I was in college, my dad had died. My dad died when I was in 7th grade.
Right.
So I lived the life without that. Then when I did catch the little violation, had to go back to college. That was a month after I buried my mom.
Wow.
And to the point where I was in there, and then it was like on a Sunday, I would always call my mom.
Right.
And see what's up.
Right.
This is for the first time. So then this time I do it. I actually went and picked up the phone and get ready to dial the number. I was like, yo, I'm tripping.
Right.
I had family to call. Don't get that twisted. I got family, you know what I'm saying? But it's different when you can't call. I know what my mom would do for me.
No doubt.
I know what my mom would do for me.
Right.
I know what she would do for me. You know what I'm saying? So that not to have that type of backbone is
it made you different.
It makes you real different. It makes you black-hearted to a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But just because you've been black-hearted to certain things, guess what? You're supposed to be black-hearted to all bad things.
Of course.
So you might not be being black-hearted. You might just be being who you need to be, because certain things you might just do certain things just because of the situation. But then when you don't got your feet, your backbone is gone, you ain't got time to do that. No, I can't do that.
Right.
I can't do that now. No, I ain't playing them type of games.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, and and through that, we kind of went through a lot of things where when I even got out of that situation, around the same time, right before that, my uncle had passed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was my backbone.
No doubt.
He was my backbone, after my dad died. Him and my other uncle, you know what I'm saying? My other uncle, he's still living. But him, my aunt and all them, all my aunts, man, all my uncles, you know what I'm saying? I have a relationship with all them,
No doubt.
And then my cousin, soon as I had a bunch of cousins, after that, this was back. People don't realize, because you family, how back to back this was. This was like the pandemic hit your family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This was like the pandemic hit your family. People just started dropping off.
Right.
And then, when I got out the situation, I was like, well, it's like my other uncle and my cousin.
No doubt.
Then my cousin died.
Right.
I'm like, yo, what is going on?
No doubt.
So, and then I was like, you know what? I just got to tighten up. You know what I mean? I just got to tighten myself up.
Right.
So I went from here to there real fast. So people were like, yo, what happened? It was, it's got to be in you, not on you. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
A lot of people think they can watch these videos and do certain things and, it's going to happen because, it ain't in you to do that. You ain't built like that.
Right.
A lot of people ain't even built like that. You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
And like I said, I done been to places where a lot of people leave. Like back then when I left Georgia to go to Philly, a lot of people leave a big city to go to try to conquer a small town,
Right.
Nah. I'm a little person, but guess what I did? I went from a little town to try to conquer a big city.
No doubt.
You see what I'm saying? It is different. It hit different because guess what I do know? I know that in a big city.
And to backtrack a little bit, that's pretty much like what our older family did.
Right.
They came from the country and went to a big city.
Went to a big city.
And did they thing.
And did they thing, right. But a lot of people think that, they see, like, they ask me where I'm from. I'll be like, shit, from GA to PA.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Because even though I've been in Philly more than I've been here at home, but I know a home at still.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna, what they call it, Cash County?
Cash County. That's what they call
County.
it.
All right, I like that. But hey, I try to make it happen, man. I know that, it's family. I know what family's at.
Right.
I know what family's at. Like, it's different.
Yeah, it is different.
It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know people where I'm at that we tight.
For real.
We got a lot of love for each other.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But when they come to my janaza, when they come to my funeral, I don't know.
True. I feel you.
But some people I know.
No doubt.
I know.
No doubt.
I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't want people to think that, because every time people, you going back on the road, you ain't coming home. I'm trying to. I'm coming. I'm trying. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
But I ain't gonna never sit still. Don't get that twisted. I
Yeah.
ain't never coming nowhere just to sit still, man. That ain't me.
Right.
It's a whole world out here, man.
Exactly.
It's a whole world out here.
And this could just be home base, and you can still be.
Oh yeah, you got to do that. I ain't coming to sit down nowhere.
No doubt.
I ain't coming to sit down nowhere, and I ain't doing that.
Right. Exactly.
That don't even make sense.
No, it don't make sense.
There's a whole world out here.
For real.
And I'm just going to sit around, do nothing.
I got to see it.
Yeah. Eventually I want to. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
But, yeah, like I said, with me, that's pretty much it with me, man. And like I said, go to williehampton.com.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure
you can join the Telegram right there. You can buy the ebook right there. And you won't be disappointed. I can tell you that. Then once you do join the Telegram and you join my group,
you can get locked in.
Oh, you gonna get locked in. I'm gonna lock you in.
No doubt.
I'm gonna lock you in. I put it this way. I'm gonna lock you in.
And then put you in position.
And put you in position. Put it this way. I bet you leave me before I leave you.
No doubt. No doubt.
Cause this is what I do. This what I like doing. You know what I'm saying? I like to build systems. Right. Everybody's system is different. So people always ask me, well, what's the cost of this? What's the cost of that? I don't know what you need. So I can't tell you.
Right.
I can't tell you what price this is going to be for you.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that.
And then you got to be willing to be poured into.
Right.
That's the big
Right.
thing.
You got to give me the information. You give me the information. You give me the data. I'm good with numbers. I'm good with analytics. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let you know basically like what's going on with you, what you need to do. But like I said, that part, it ain't free.
No, it can't be free.
It ain't free. That's my time. Yeah. Now you stopping my time. Once you time is my most important asset over everything. It's my time.
Everybody.
So I tell my kids, don't play with my time.
No doubt.
Like, play with my money, play with anything else. Don't play with my time. If you say you're going to be there at 5, hey, be there. If you be there at 5, be there at 4:45. Because if you're on time, you late.
Exactly.
If you're on time, you late. I don't got time because I will leave.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give a person one shot. But if I get into a habit of, if you get into a habit of, oh yeah, we're supposed to do this, do that, and then you always late, you can't think you're more important than me.
Exactly.
You're not more important than me.
No doubt. No doubt.
God gave you 24, he gave me 24.
Exactly.
So our 24 is the same.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Another thing I hear our people what we need to do, we need to try to like take care of our health, man. You know what I mean?
For real.
Get on some, get on real health stuff, like, and you can't tell people what to do, but like cut out them meats and stuff like that, man. Cause God gave you teeth. He ain't give you no fangs. He ain't give you nothing to chew up no bones with.
For real.
None of that. So try to, and a little bit helps, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just a little
bit
bit
at a time.
time.
Stay away from that sugar. Stay away from that salt and stuff like that, because those are the silent killers, man.
Man, look, man, I've been on this beet juice lately, man.
Oh yeah, beet juice is good.
And then my auntie was like, your grandma used to love beet juice, and I was like, man, that's how she made it in 90-something.
Yeah, 90-something years old. You know what I'm saying?
Real.
But like I said, man, we gotta try to take care of ourselves, and health is wealth.
That's it. You
know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You got time. You're gonna get the time.
Yeah.
Then you take care of your health.
No doubt.
All the rest of the stuff gonna come. Because you can't even think right if your head ain't right. You can't think right.
Exactly. You know, even like with just a regular common cold, you can't even think straight.
No, you can't think right. You over there somewhere.
Right.
You over there somewhere. You're not even thinking right. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man.
But yeah, man, I think we covered a lot, man.
Yeah, but we're gonna get another one. You know what I mean? Later on, we'll find out.
Definitely need a part 2.
Oh, we'll get a part 2. But part 2, I will do a part 2, and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show people like some of the stuff that maybe I acquired, and I ain't showing people no stuff to show off or nothing like that.
No doubt.
But
I think this is more just
this ain't what you think it is.
Right. It's just more of an introduction, and for people that want to get a little bit more. They want to know a little bit more about you than what they just see on the
right
surface.
Because they want to make it believable. So I like when people get these VIPs and stuff, I show them, I give them a peek of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not a, you know what I mean? Like I'm not going to rent nothing.
No doubt.
I'm not going to rent no house. I'm not going to rent no cars. I'm not going to rent no jewelry. I'm not going to rent no Rolex. I'm not going to do none of that. Like if I got that stuff, you'll see it in traffic. Right. I'm not just going to show it to you. Like, look at this. Look what I got. This is what you need to do. You need to go get Gucci all your money. Right. You need to go give Louis Vuitton all your money. Now, why would you do that?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gave me a 2-hour masterclass on AI, and I still need more.
Yep. That's how it is, because with AI, man, things change so fast.
Right.
It changed fast.
Right.
It ain't like it don't change. With AI, things change real fast, man. It's not a joke. Like people think, oh, this and that. No, you could be on ChatGPT today. You know how many times in the last couple months I jumped from ChatGPT to Gemini.
Right.
ChatGPT to Gemini.
Right.
Like Chat, why is you acting up like this? Like I'm falling out with Chat. So I gotta go to Gemini and figure out some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much like things are moving at a rapid pace right now. Right. The whole world is in transition.
Right.
The whole world is in transition.
And you got to be ready for it.
Right, because Generation X, those are the ones I figure like when it comes to, this is just my thought.
Yeah, I agree with you.
This is just my thought. Generation, because you got the baby boomers, right? The baby boomers have everything.
Right.
The baby boomers they have all the cash. The baby boomers have all the property. The baby boomers have everything. And
it got to roll over to somebody.
Right, but the baby boomers, like I like the way you said that, 'cause I didn't know how to say it. But baby boomers, they're not gonna be around forever.
No doubt.
So we're up next.
We're up next. Man.
So by being up next, you the prey.
No doubt.
You the food. Don't think you up next and they gonna be like, oh good. yeah. No, They coming for that.
No doubt.
That's why they building these. That's why they.
And a lot of stuff
doing all this building and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they trying to make the United States a place where you can't even own a home at. They want you to rent it.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So they know where the money is, and they know 9 times out of 10, okay, we're going to make this circle real small, because how many of these people probably ain't even teach their kids about finances?
Exactly.
They ain't teach their kids about finances. They ain't teach their kids about health. They ain't teach them about nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like, like I see things and like I be wanting, like we have to educate people, like even when it comes to like some of the stuff we be eating, like when it comes to oxtails and stuff like that. Like I used to eat all that stuff too. But when you start reading, you start getting educated on that type of stuff, it's like, man, come on, like that was kind of like the slops.
No doubt.
That was a slop. Yeah. But our ancestors made it taste good.
Right.
They made it good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, people be like, oh, they did it. No, you don't want to do what they did.
Exactly. They did what they had to do.
Because guess what? They did what they had to do. All the ancestors, oh, we did this or we did that. Okay. Them ancestors had a hell of a work ethic.
Right.
You ain't got that.
Right.
You ain't got that work ethic. You want everything to be easy. But you want to sit back and it's not, you know what I'm saying? We all do it, man. Like, we all go through it. But if you was a certain size, when you was in high school, or whatever, I advise people to try to, you ain't got to get out here and run and do things. You got here and walk, man. Try to get your heart rate up. Try to do certain things, because you never know where you got to go. So you can do all this, and God can take your breath tomorrow. But you still got to believe.
Exactly.
And by believing, and you believing in that higher power, because everything run off spirits, if you ask me. Like
Oh, no doubt.
the spirits,
No
if they out there, you be around bad spirits, you gonna get bad results.
Yeah.
You be around good spirits, good things, you gonna get good results, man.
So like on my way here, I was listening to this interview with Ryan Coogler, and he was talking about this scene in the movie he did where they was like in a juke joint, and they was dancing and stuff, and then he added like other cultures and ancestors and stuff like that. And he was saying that sometimes your ancestors will be there like right with you and you don't know it.
You don't even know it.
And that made me think about what you just said, and I was like, dang, my granddaddy and your daddy used to sing the blues together.
They sing the blues together, yep.
And I was like, damn, we
creating that. Yep.
In a sense.
But people don't realize, like I said, it got to be in you, not on you.
No
that
doubt.
stuff is already in you.
Exactly.
Certain little stuff I do, like if like I be telling people, like, I need me a garden where if I when I build my house, what I mean, my last little place, I want to be. I want a garden. You know what I'm saying? I want all that type of stuff because I don't eat a whole lot of stuff like I used to eat now. But I get that from my grandmother now.
No doubt. And what better to be able to garden in your backyard and you provide your own food?
Yep, I get that from my grandmother, and my grandfather and them, man, and my aunts and them. And that's all they did. You know what I mean? To the point of like, you was talking about when me and King Yetta, God rest his soul, man. That was my boy, and like we was close, man. Even though we cousins, we close.
Yeah. Same
like,
here.
We
Same
burnt
here.
we ended up burning the whole field down one day. You know what I mean? And damn near got killed.
Right.
Because of the whoopings. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But
no doubt.
At the end of the day, man,
And what was in them? What was on them fields?
That's where the garden was at.
That's what I'm saying.
But my granddad made us plow the garden up the next day. Like, we really did him a favor.
Yeah.
But we probably got an ass whooping for 24 hours.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's my boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like when our wives come home, like me and him used to take off.
Oh, yeah.
Take off. It didn't matter Atlanta anyway. And I know, like, he had my back. I had his back. And, but all of us was like that. Even when, we used to go to Atlanta and do certain things, just peep the scene and stuff.
No doubt.
Because at that time, we was going to Atlanta. Atlanta was like more like second to us because we knew Philly.
Exactly.
We knew Philly. So it was more like, okay, Atlanta wasn't doing the things that it's doing now.
Exactly.
But they was, they was doing pretty good, man. And then like, even like, like I got a homie too, man. Like me and him talk, and he brings me back down to earth, and like he's still in college. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And when I talk to him, my brother Khalil, I talk to him, and we go back and forth, and he keeps me grounded.
No doubt.
Because he don't see none of this other stuff that other people see.
Right. And what y'all talk about is real
it's
stuff.
100%
No
real.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? And
see, that's how me and Kieta was. It was
and,
more.
And I'm telling you, when I went to college, right? He was actually going to college the same time I went to college. We went to the same dorm and everything, right?
Right.
That was in 95.
Wow.
It's 2025.
Wow.
So he just kind of gets some relief off of that. And I'm saying that, and people he's probably just about to get relief off of that. But the reason I said that because it's just about believing.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
No
if you
doubt.
believe, it's going to happen.
No doubt.
If you touch it,
yeah,
you can feel it.
For
you know
real.
what I'm saying? So.
But yeah.
That's pretty much it, man. We do part 2 or whatever.
Of course.
And try to get it
Hey,
together, man.
So this gonna wrap this one up. But appreciate everybody who made it to the end of the video, and we'll see y'all next time.
All right, peace. All right, peace.